Hey, Klara.
Hey, Boye. Welcome to the show. Hey, everyone.
Hey, everyone. There's a full room. There's a room. There's a lot of people looking at me right now. And it's episode 3.
Of the future number 5.
I hate to say it, but please subscribe.
So basically, we need 100 subscribers so we can change our URL. And if you subscribe, then maybe someone else will subscribe, you know? Ask the person sitting next to you. Ask anyone you can, because we will stop asking. And that would make us feel really, really good.
That would be great. So please subscribe. I hope everyone enjoys the show. We still don't have a title.
So, what do you think, Boye? What's on the menu for today?
I think Rients should do us a little intro.
Well, we can title.
And cue cards. That's what we're doing. Can you hold the microphone?
Hit it, Rients.
This is you, honey. That's your cue.
Can we have some applause? Hello and welcome to the Future Number 5 show. My name is Meryem and I will be your cue cards. I will be your first host of the evening. As you probably already know, this week we are welcoming some of our peers who are both good friends and talented designers to talk to us a little bit about their upcoming projects. So without any further ado, let's start the show. First up, we have Ingrid. We are always excited to know what Ingrid's doing, and she's here to talk about her current poster project. The concept of the Ingrid self-organized project for the coming 5 months is to create a music poster every single day, because practice makes perfect. We are honoured to have Ingrid on the show, so let's give her a warm welcome. Come on, Ingrid!
Hey Ingrid, good evening. How are you doing?
Hello Tiddo, and thank you everyone for having me on the show. I'm very good. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you for coming. Do you want to tell us a bit about how it's going? One poster a day?
Yes. I'm sorry to disappoint, but I'm only on poster number 2. So it's started and it's starting slowly. And another disappointment for the audience back home is that I'm probably not going to make one every single day, because I found out it actually takes a lot of time and effort and energy, and I'd rather do a more quality job than have 100,000 posters, which is just a number.
Yeah, I see what you mean. Do you feel like in this process, why does it turn out to be that the quality is much more important than the quantity? Like, why did you aim for a poster?
Yeah, the aim was, as Min said, that practice makes perfect. And I wanted to practice graphic design, and specifically the music poster as kind of a niche framework for me to not be completely clueless and just free, because that's also maybe quite difficult to navigate, I felt like. And so, yeah.
Cool. What is your connection to music? Have you always made music posters, or when did it start?
Well, it started with me being a big music fan, but then realizing I cannot play music myself. So there was a phase of that at some point in my life, like trying to play guitar, keyboard and stuff. But eventually I was a bigger music fan than a musician. I never really was into that, and I was very much into the visual side of things. I really like colors and collecting things as well, and then finding inspiration in stuff like record covers, for example, or flyers from parties that I would go to, and I just decided to make my own. And actually, I have a good quote for everyone. I was just reading a book about rave flyers from the 70s, 80s, and 90s, and there was a quote that said, "A flyer should be an invitation, not an advert," which I think is going to be perhaps my motto for this project.
Okay, that's interesting. And you're very much into music. Do you with these posters also work with musicians or people closely in that area?
Sometimes I do, yeah. I take some commissions sometimes. Of course, music is very diverse and ever-changing. You don't have an album released every single day, of course. So sometimes there are opportunities and other times not. That's why I'm also kind of keeping my timetable free. And for example, I don't know what I'm going to do next week, but that's also the exciting part. And that's where I wanted to ask you, actually. Because I like to work with people and I like to talk about stuff, especially music. And I wanted to ask if you can recommend me a musician or an artist or a band that you're into at the moment that I could get inspired for a poster.
That's a big question. Well, I'm a big fan of this Dutch rapper who's called Typhoon.
Okay.
And to me it's beautiful because it's like sometimes on the verge of spoken word and some hip hop. And he's got some very beautiful rhymes. So I can highly recommend looking into him. I think it's very cool. Also, I wanted to ask you, when you make a poster, what is your approach? Do you have a digital way of working or analog?
It all starts kind of digital. Photoshop is my music instrument. And then I try to print everything I have. Actually, maybe we have some printed posters right here. So far, I've experimented with risograph. This is riso printed and screen printed. And I'm trying to get into offset printing as well and just try different materials and techniques that I didn't really have access in school. And maybe now is the time.
Cool. I'm really a rookie in this area, but can you maybe tell me what print is this and how do you do it?
This is also riso printed. I think, yes, it is riso printed. And it's just a machine. It's kind of like the machine before the Xerox print. And yeah, I don't really know how to explain it because I'm not a very technical person. I kind of just go into the workshop and press a bunch of buttons and experiment and see what happens. That's why some of them have like stains or like spray paint, just because I try to see how different inks or different types of prints interact with each other.
Cool. I really like them. They're really beautiful. If I look at these posters, I can see some things like coming back and like some elements. Would you say that you are on your way to having a style, or do you think you're there, or is it something you strive for?
It's something that I used to strive for because a lot of the artists I look up to have a very distinct style, but throughout the years I kind of realized that it would be too much of a box to put myself in, And I think the style kind of comes naturally through my sources of inspiration, or through listening to the same kind of music genres, for example. Then I will get in a similar mood and I will get a similar influence. And I'm not really trying to have a style, but when I do look at all my posters together on the wall, they kind of match somehow. But of course, because they're made by me, so.
Yeah, really cool. Maybe we can pull out one more poster, because I saw on the last one, I'm just trying to get in your head a little bit, and like, I wonder for some elements, like, there's a big why. Can you maybe explain a bit on some decisions you made?
Yeah, sometimes when people ask me what I'm trying to achieve, I say that I want to give a visual headache. That's why I like to use very bright colors and a lot of optical illusion or shapes. And sometimes it's not really traditional graphic design in the sense. I try to break away from grids or from like very rigid rules. But I'm also trying to learn that, because it's very useful, I think, to know the rules in order to break them. So I think this will also happen in this project.
Cool. Is there a big end goal? What do you work towards?
I'm working towards an exhibition, perhaps. But we'll see how that goes. We'll see how many posters I end up having, and yeah, just making a lot of things and getting in touch with more musicians, I think. So if you're a musician, hit me up.
Yeah, please do, because the posters are really stunning. Also, I would like to ask, is there any upcoming event or any upcoming project that you are really, really excited about?
Yeah, it's not necessarily my project, but there's the Dutch Design Week coming up, as you know, and all the music events, the music venues in the city are all organizing a big event called Hit the City, which maybe you've seen. One of the posters was for Hit the City of last year, and I highly recommend it. You can see free concerts in the whole city in every venue. So yeah, it's a great way to discover new music.
Cool. Ingrid, I would really like to thank you for sharing about your project, and I'm really curious what it's going to turn out to. So thank you, and I can't wait to see it.
Yeah.
Please, everybody, thanks to Ingrid.
Thank you again. Thank you again to Ingrid, our wonderful guest. Hello, my name is Boye, and I'll be your next host, because fuck it, why not? This is a new show, and we can do it. We can do it like this. Anyways, next up, we have our very own stylist and good friend, Sylvain. How do you say your last name? Bauguen. Bauguen. Sylvain Bauguen. And for Sylvain, it was a natural continuation from stylist to guest this week. As we spoke with him about our concept and aesthetic vision, he introduced us to his musings about personal expression and how he aims to manifest a confident and energetic way to dress oneself. We immediately asked him if he would guest on the show, and the outfits you're going to see this evening are all a part of this exploration. To tell us more about his vision and the styling of this week's show, please give a warm welcome and a loud applause to Sylvain.
Good evening, Sylvain. Thank you so very much for being here. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. Thank you very much for having me. Yeah.
Yeah, you're very, very welcome. Thank you for lending me these amazing trousers tonight. They're all handmade.
Yeah. And it's always a pleasure to like actually see what you do on other people. It's a great different look. So I'm actually really glad that I can lend them to you.
Yeah, thank you. You styled a lot of people here tonight, and I wonder, what was your approach? How did you get into this?
It's the first time doing this, so I didn't have any approach, to be very frank. It was all new to me, because my idea was to have each and everyone have the joy of the clothing, not style for other people, not style because I think there's a misconception that fashion is superficial. For me, superficiality is kind of the outskirt of what it really is. It's about really how do you feel confident, just with yourself, just being in the street. And for me, like I had some kind of a switch when I did my first piece, which was very different from what I ever did, which that was the very first piece that I did, and it was very different. It was some leftover. It's some toile de jouy, and I didn't have like at first I didn't have the feedback that I waited on that piece, and I was kind of disappointed. So I decided, well, I don't have to have feedback, to be really be proud about what I wear and what I want to wear. I just can do it by my own, and that's sufficient enough. And for me, the goal tonight was kind of have this. It's like how when you get on edge and you're like not really sure that it's gonna work, you know, like it can work in your home, but are you gonna be comfortable outside? But when you're too glad about your outfit to care, that's the point that I wanted to hit. With each and every level that everyone has an own diversity. So I kind of had, for the styling tonight, it was kind of trying to pinpoint with each and every person that I either don't know at all or know pretty well what would be the best for them. To be comfortable, to be fierce and proud, and to just really enjoy their time in their clothes. You know, I feel like it's kind of a personal travel.
Yeah, I see what you mean. Now I wonder, because you make a lot of clothes and maybe you want to make some clothes for other people too. It must be complicated to, with this sort of ethos, to apply that to clothes that other people are gonna wear. What do you think about that?
Yeah, I actually had this because the first piece of clothing that I did were actually for clients. I sold some pants, and it was a complete different standards of what they liked, what they wanted to have, and I had to kind of adapt because I just wanted to do crazy shit, crazy beep, and and but it was not possible because you have to have a relationship with them, and I want to really have more of a thank you in the eye than a thank you in the bill. And you have to kind of like make compromises, and at the same time there's so much more work on those type of pants than the one that I sold. I wouldn't be comfortable selling those because it's too much work, so I would have too much. I would ask too much for them, and that's not the ethos I want to have when I want to have like a relationship with a client. So it's a fine balance that I'm actually exploring right now on doing my own stuff just for me, but when people relate to that stuff that is made just for me, how can I still exchange, and how can I have still a dialogue with them?
Okay, nice. For pieces that you make yourself or that you wear, what in them is like a click that you say, I like these, and is this a constant, or is there one day that you think like whoa, and one day that you think like, I don't know?
I used to plan a lot, and I realized with those actually that I didn't plan. I was just going along. I needed to do some stuff, so I just went with what felt fun, and I realized that it's the greatest tool, just to have fun in what you do, have fun in what you make, even if it's very personal, if it's an inside joke. If I never thought I would wear them. I never ever thought I would wear them. And sometimes in the street I felt clownish, and the moment after, I'm just like, let's go. I'm really proud of being this, whatever that is, and just because I can, just because everybody can. It's just, it's a switch that you have to find, because I used to not care about fashion at all, so I don't really understand how I got here today. It was so it's mostly about fun and testing your edges, because there's always something after, or something to evolve on.
Yeah, cool. I think it was the second time I saw you at some party, and you were wearing this self-made harness, and I was coming up to you, and I was asking, man, where did you get this? And you said, yeah, I made it. And then I was really impressed only with that, and also that you were really proud in it. You looked very, very proud in it, and I thought it was really cool. And also I wonder, when it comes to making clothes, what is the excitement is there excitement also in technical aspects? Like, do you have an approach in what you like to do?
I get bored really easily. Even with technical stuff, I like to try stuff, and then I'm just like, okay, I master this, I'm moving on. Which can be pretty tricky when you have to like stick to a plan and like develop some kind of vision, because I feel like I don't have like a steady vision or something, a grand idea or anything. I'm just kind of like butterfly-y between one funky stuff to another, funky in my frame of standards, of course, but definitely technical, but at the same time, technical needs a lot of brain computing, which sometimes gets in the way in the joy, precisely. I think you have to kind of test out on the side and make all your tryouts, the most nonsensical ones. There's actually a nonsensical tryout on Pablo right now, which I'm actually in the end pretty glad of. And because you never know what comes out, as long as you do it with just pump and red in your cheeks. That's all that matters, actually.
Okay, thank you very much, Sylvain. Yeah, thank you. I think we're moving on to the next bit, which is going to be clapping for Sylvain.
Thank you, Sylvain. My name is Pablo. Well, well, well. When it's build-up day here at the studio, it is B-Zar day. The B-Zar is a material bank that lives inside of the Design Academy of Eindhoven. It is student-led and autonomous, with its own local currency. Rumor has it that it is opening again soon. So we have B-Zar's very own Karolina and Egle here on the show to tell us a little bit more about how this whole thing works and how to get involved. Please give a warm welcome to Karolina and Egle.
Thank you so much for being here. How are you both doing?
Pretty well, pretty well.
Very good. Thank you for having us.
Thank you for coming. Can you maybe enlighten to the people who really have no clue what the B-Zar is about? What can be found there? What can you do?
It's a material bank, and we use it for making projects. So let's say you need a bit of wood, you come to us, right?
Yes.
Maybe you can explain more?
Okay, so the goal of Material Bank is to not let good materials go to waste. So after you're done with a project, normally some of the leftovers would then be thrown out or would be left somewhere to rot. So the Material Bank's role in this is to be able to bring the materials there so that another person that might need them can use them afterwards, and then keep the circular economy running within school, and also help some students save money, because as we all know, it's not always good.
No, sometimes it's hella expensive. So let's say I've got this piece of wood and I come up to you and I'm like, here, you got this piece of wood. Do I get to receive anything?
Yes, so maybe you can start with how the whole system is built. So well, first of all, if you just come for the first time to the material bank, you can set up your own account. And to kind of welcome you, we give you 15 zorbs, which is the local currency, as a starter pack, let's say, so you can start shopping right away. So you sign up, you give us your name, your student number, you have to pay a €1 donation, so we can also pay a fee for a mother organization that we can be a part of, and then you can start shopping. But then if you bring something, that's even better, because then we take your piece of wood, we weigh it, and we can tell you how much we can give you for it. We look at what it's made out of, if it's plywood, if it's solid wood, and then the price, we put it back into your balance, so then you can kind of exchange it for some other material.
Okay, cool. And the coin is called a B-Zar. And is there some big calculation behind this, like a big Excel sheet?
Oh, there is an Excel sheet, and there are a lot of calculations, but in the end, you do have to evaluate the quality of the wood, let's say. So it is not always very, very exact, but we try to be fair. Yeah.
Okay, and to be very honest with you, I think you've been running for about a year, and last week was the first time I came by. I don't know how, but how can I have missed this? Where can we find you?
Yeah, the location is a bit tricky, but there is a way to go. So for most of the students, go to the third floor, go right past it to the fire escape, down the stairs to the first floor, and then you find yourself in a very in-between space that is called the MU space. But then go as if you were going to the workshop, and then turn to your right. And then there is a door with a gray wall, and then behind that door, there is paradise. Paradise and a lot of materials. So yeah, this is... And then if you have some heavy stuff or big chunks of materials, we can always try to arrange to go through the workshop, but that's not always how it works. So if you're going on foot, please use the fire escape.
Okay, quite a journey, but I'm sure it's worth it. So you save materials, that's the goal. Can you tell me a bit about the progress and the results?
Well, we've gathered a lot of material, so there is a lot to choose from. I've heard that we saved 4 tons throughout the year.
No, 4 tons of trash at the end of the year.
Yeah.
Yeah, so in comparison... in comparison to last year, we took out 4 tons less of trash, basically, at the end of the year, which is also thanks to the people that were cleaning the school, which collaborated with us. So thank you to the cleaning people also. So yeah, this is mostly how we accumulate the very big chunk of the materials that we have, is that at the end of the year, a lot of people, after they're done, fairly enough, they just leave. So there is a lot of things left behind, very good materials, some that are very expensive also. So then we collect them and we put them in our stock. So then right now, if we open on Monday, there's plenty to choose from, and we accumulated it over the past year also, so it's growing, and I think the stock doubled in size from last year.
Cool. And I can imagine with all of these new items coming in, how do you separate trash from treasure?
Well, you just kind of evaluate what would you yourself take and what you would not, and what could be used again. Yeah.
Okay. What's both of your roles in the team?
Well, I mostly open the bank. I get to play the little cashier. So I take the new materials that people bring in, I sell the materials, also rent podiums, and just chat with people and make them, introduce them to the system as well.
Make them interested as well,
Yeah.
so that they want to join maybe. Yeah, my role is a bit more behind the scenes, kind of making it happen, that it actually is open at some point and that we actually have material and that it's a bit like nice and organized. So yeah, basically organizing the working people and also cleaning out the bank a bit.
Okay, nice. And I heard you talking about what are they? The platforms, the podiums. What about them?
So we have quite a few podiums at the moment, and we rent them. We just rent them, not sell them. And yeah, you can take a podium if you need it for your presentation. I think a maximum of 2 weeks. And it's really nice because you don't have to make your own podium and you don't waste extra material. So you bring it back and then we give it to another person. And we have a huge selection right now. White, black, metal. Yeah.
You got it all. Okay, I'll swing by next time I have a presentation. I'm also wondering how big is the team? Are you looking for some people or?
So currently we have around 7 people within like the core of the team, which makes sure that everything is there and that kind of keeps the operations running more or less. And then this year, hopefully, we have around 20 volunteers, not 80, whoa, 20 volunteers that will help us open the bank, hopefully every day this year. This is our goal for the coming year, to make it available every day. We will confirm the hour, because that needs to be a bit sorted.
Is that enough people?
Hopefully yes, but there is also an opportunity to still join the team. Either just pop up in the bank, talk to somebody that's opening, leave them your phone number, or come up to one of us from the core team. We can always tell you how does it look like, what will be your job. So and then you can earn some zarbs. So then you work, it's 10 zarbs per hour, and then you can use them to buy some material for your project.
Nice, sounds amazing. I just heard that I actually have to go. So I really want to thank you. Thanks for swimming by and telling me about this B-Zar. I'm gonna go, sorry. Bye.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you again, Karolina and Egle. Next up, we have the members of the futurenumberfive themselves. They have already introduced themselves, but they need a bit more info about the show and what this actually is about. So, I would love to introduce and ask to the stage for some very firing questions about what the actual hell is Five about, and how do we get involved? Please come to the stage, Klara, Mim, and Boye.
Come on in. Nice. Wow.
Thank you so much for coming up.
Hey, Tiddo.
Wow. Thanks for inviting me.
Yeah, you were hanging around, so I thought, why not? How do we get involved? How do other people become part of what you're doing?
That's a great question.
For our booker.
Yeah, exactly. You remember this face. And yeah, I mean, I guess we try to introduce the idea to people that we meet. It's best when people introduce themselves to us, but in general, yeah, just we're open to collaborate with as many people as we can.
And also, people in Eindhoven, it's super easy to find us because small world, but also if people need to find us from like other countries or online, then how do they do that? Instagram. We now have an Instagram. That's so true. That Flo over here is running. So you can contact us through that. Yeah, go Flo. Woo!
It's just called Future Number 5, right?
It's just called Future Number 5. And it's starting. It's beginning.
It's up and coming.
Yeah, it's super up and coming.
And so let's say I want to be involved. I'm gonna send you. What I'm gonna send you actually?
Wow. Okay, that depends. Okay, it depends what you want to do, right? Because you can do literally anything that is part of a production. But specifically right now, we would love people who want to like pitch actual concepts for shows, because what we have running now is like the facility to make things happen that people want to happen. Like we've got the setup going, you know. So if you have ideas for actual content and you want to like direct or perform or anything, then like come to us with that. And also come to us if you want to do other things, but like if you want like your show and your name up in lights, we can see if we can make it happen, as long as we can make it happen in 1 week.
Cool. I wonder, Boya, what is your role in this team?
Well, we started talking about this project many months ago, and it was something that I don't know. I feel like blurry now because I felt like I had so much clarity when we started this, and I was like pushing because the intention and the energy was so right. And now we've built this incredible amount of momentum. Like we're sitting here in this super legit production and I'm like, you know, I feel like I have the biggest case of like imposter syndrome. But that's kind of also what it's about, you know. It's about like faking a role and just going for it, you know. And so I've been managing the tech team, you know. Who the fuck would have thought? I really am not the type of person.
You're cable guy now.
Sure. Yeah. Yeah. I was considering wearing a skirt for this, but all throughout today and all throughout this week, I've been like cable rigger person, you know. So all of a sudden showing up in a skirt just didn't feel right. So then Sylvain had these beautiful pants for me that were like a good color, but also, you know, kind of backstage vibe. Yeah.
Beauty.
Exactly.
Nice. And for you and for all of you, what would be the goal at the end of, let's say, the last episode? Is that too soon?
Should I just say the Rients anecdote again?
Yeah.
I feel like it was like one of our first official kind of meetings with all four of us, because technically Rients is also very much part of, he's like stream manager.
Yeah. You hear like a quick spin on this.
Yeah, exactly. But he said like that the goal is that the episode number 19, which is our final episode, end of January, will be not worse than the first episode.
It'll be a little bit better.
A
little bit better.
Yeah, that's the aim. Yeah, that's literally it.
It sounds
And
like
no, that's not actually the aim.
And that there's 18 episodes, like
exactly.
that there's all 19 episodes.
The aim is that there's all 19 episodes, even if like a lot of them are trash.
But they're there, and we did it, and we've yeah.
Cool. That sounds super fair. In this project, are you being helped or supported or like reviewed by anyone? Is there any tutors, coordinators?
Wow. I mean, yeah, we have our people. I don't know if it's shout out time for people who are supporting us, but at the moment it's all the people who are working on it with us, who are giving like who we're talking to, like everyone in this room who's like telling us what's working and what's not working literally every day. So it's constant reviews, you know, and it's like they're just quick and it's happening all the time because this is like going really fast.
But we're on a very low budget. Extremely low budget.
Is that a shout out for cash?
Yeah, please. Maybe we should open a donation box.
Yeah.
Sure, I'll tip in.
Yeah? Have an M&M.
Okay, Klara.
Do you guys want
Can I also have one?
Nice soda. I've eaten like most of that bucket.
Thank you.
any more questions?
Wow. Nice. Yeah.
Noam Hasak.
Yeah, I was thinking because last week I was also here, and for some reason I had the honor to come back. And then you said like what you do is like working through playing and the other way around. And since you're like a group of friends, I'm thinking a bit. You're already playing with friends, right? So where does the work come in? Where does the playing start?
Klara wrote something beautiful about this that she may or may not remember, apparently.
You mean like the thing after the working playing thing?
Yeah.
Well, I think it's also connected to like the name Future, Easter egg or something. But like, I guess it's really about trying to not let ourselves be. Is that the thing like you're mentioning, or?
Yeah.
Not let ourselves be kind of envisioning this future potential place, and like if I do things maybe I'll get there, and instead just like putting all the elements of that place right here and then just doing them without the proper like practice, experience, or like most necessary ingredients except for the fact of like it's happening and it has to happen because now it's about to happen, you know, like that, this type of vibes. That's like the future
Is the present.
Yeah. Crazy
To end your
answer.
sentence.
Yeah, thanks for greatly clarifying that.
Yeah, I'm sure you
It
understand
makes
more
me-
now than before.
Yeah, only more questions. Another question, why 5? Why 5?
Apparently I've been getting it wrong.
It's a great number. Am I
It's a
right?
great number. Pablo answered the question the best. We asked Pablo asked us that question, and then we said, why do you think 5? And he was like, because probably one day you were just like laughing about something and you were like, future number 5's like a great name. That's like exactly
And
what
that's
it was.
exactly
We didn't put a lot of effort into naming it. Yeah, that's it. It made us laugh once.
That will do, really. Yeah, that will do.
And no more, guys.
Yeah.
Great. I think I've asked my questions, really.
Oh yeah,
Is there
super
anything more
good.
that you want to share with us?
I mean, how are we doing on time? Should we do the switcheroo?
Oh, yeah, I think it's time.
All right, switcheroo. So I would like to welcome the two of you off of the stage. Everyone else applaud. I'm going to switch with Tiddo. Thanks for listening to us there. But really, every week there are roles to fill, from performer to front of house, and from stylist to social media manager, to prop maker and to musician. We're eager to collaborate with anyone who wants to try out these roles. We're excited to learn from you and see how working together and playing together and splitting responsibility can look. Are you interested in working on the show? Send us a message or email us. If you don't already have a way to get in touch with a member of the team, then our email is in the description below. We are especially looking for pitches of concepts for episodes. Are you interested in directing or writing one week? What is your vision? Let's see what happens when we work together and bring it to life. Wow, exciting. We hope to hear from you. But enough about us. Let's get our final guests out here. To close the show, we have an up-and-coming business duo who go by the names of Catrine Faurby and Noam Hasak. Business is booming for Noam and Catrine, from fresh juice to speed dating. These two are up-and-coming organizers in a big way. When we asked Catrine to guest on our shows, she enthusiastically replied by listing all the business ventures herself and Noam are engaged in at the Design Academy, and even closed the conversation by making a sale to me. It's about money and structure, but they say they use a childlike approach. Rumor has it they're speed dating, but it's for making friends, but the theme is love. And the space cakes are $1.50, but they recommend you buy 2, and we have a suspicion that you can guess the flavor of the juice of the day by looking at the color of their outfits. But this is very much unconfirmed. So let's get them out here to find out more. Please welcome Catrine and Noam.
Catrine and Noam, thank you for being here. How are you doing?
Amazing, amazing.
Very excited to be here.
So excited.
What did you sell, Klara?
I think that was space cookies.
Yes, for €3.
When did you have them?
I believe a few days ago, yeah.
So you're making all of these business adventures. You're trying to get some money. Why do you want to earn this money?
To go to India.
That's it. December, we're going to India, the 18th. So we just need some money for a flight.
Okay, cool. Why India?
Why not?
Why not? Yeah.
Super fair. So do you want to tell us a bit about the projects you're doing?
Yeah, so we started off our very first business adventure was Spill the Juice, which is our weekly juice stand where we sell 2 juice and smoothies for €1. And then our second one that we launched last week is called Shooting Stars. Do you want to?
I can tell about that one. So the juice stand was going like crazy, honestly. And we got a little taste for the business market. And we saw there was a hole as well for the rave scene. And everyone likes a little bite. Everyone likes to be a little high. So space cookies as was. Shooting Stars.
Amazing. You've been running for some time, and I, before tonight, have not heard of any of these ventures. Is that on me, or what is going wrong here?
Honestly, you have been living under a rock. I'm sorry.
I mean, posters are everywhere. Our social media coordinator is really on our game.
Shout out to
Veronica
as well.
Yes, shout out to Veronica. But yeah, it might be on you, I would have to say.
Okay, I'll take it. What is your social media name, just to have it over with?
Well, since we have so many businesses, honestly, it's just popping up on a lot of accounts.
Okay, I just need to be on there, and I'll run into you. Cool. And what about future plans? What's coming up?
Very happy you ask.
Yeah, so at the next rave, you can watch out for us. Our next business, PB and Jams, will be selling peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. So yeah, when you get hungry, yeah, thank you. And then next Saturday we have our grand opening of Miss Market, which is so Miss the Market, call Miss Market. Yeah. Which is, we will deliver to your door a variety of produce from the Saturday market for a very low price.
What? You heard it here first. This is like brand new information. This is happening.
The first launch.
Cool. I won't miss out. How does this work though? Like, where do you get the veggies? How do you ship them?
The Saturday market is where we get our veggies. And yeah, we are the delivery people. So yeah, if you want to see our faces at your door.
Okay. Amazing. Yeah, why can you maybe sell it a bit more to me? Because why would I not myself go to the Saturday market?
That's a really good question.
Sometimes people are hungover on a Saturday. It does happen. Yeah. Maybe not to you, but to people it does. And still you want your veggies. So
yeah, so call us. And we buy in bulk, because if you're living by yourself, you can't really be buying like the €1 bag of so many sweet potatoes. So if you hire us, you will have like 1 sweet potato, lots of different things, for an exceptionally low price.
Amazing. Sounds very good. I wonder, where do you see yourself in the future? Where is this going? Is there more enterprises popping up?
Yes, so many more.
We do have a meeting, I want to say, every day.
Business is always going on. Yeah, our goal is really to go to India and then also to make the lives of Design Academy students more convenient and festive. So we hope to accomplish that.
You give a bit back to the community. Yeah, that's beautiful. Is there more examples of how you do this?
No, I don't want to say this yet. Sorry,
We have something in the works.
Come on, a little sneak peek.
We just hope to, maybe some non-capitalist ventures
We
are
are
in
working
the
on a
future.
little NGO. No. I said it.
Yeah.
There's an NGO
Here
coming.
first, yes. Yes.
Amazing. Are you getting anywhere near the goal of flying to India?
Yes.
We are. We can't get into the numbers, no.
Okay, I get it. Of course, I get it.
And just for our few last moments, we would like to put an open call out.
Right.
If you know anyone that grows their own magic mushrooms, are one.
Also, so that's an open call, but also an open call for people who makes jingles. We do need that. That's 2 open calls.
Sorry, what dingles?
Jingles.
What do you need jingles for?
Because this is our first screening, but we are thinking there'll be more.
You're gonna come back. I can't wait already. I wonder also, how did you get to a space cookie? Because from all of the things that you can get out to the people, why a space cookie?
I think, at a lot of raves, sometimes there's like a bar where people sell drinks, and some people just, prefer weed. So,
Be very, embracing in that. Really want to take everyone in.
Yeah.
Do you have a special recipe?
We do, and it's vegan.
Vegan space cookies. Amazing. How much are they again?
€2, but if you buy 2, €3.
Okay, so they've gone up in prices.
Yes. I think there was maybe, yes, they have gone up in prices because of this exposure we feel. We're becoming a bigger name. And the prices reflect that.
Yeah, super fair. Also due to inflation, I really get it. Is there any last call that you want to make to the audience? Any last message?
Yeah, just support your local businesses.
Women-owned local businesses.
Yes.
Always vegan.
Thank you. And come to the student housing crisis meeting on Monday. We'll also partner with them.
Also super important. I think I want to thank you too for being here and sharing your story. And I think we're going to move on to the next bit, which will be Mim.
Wow. Well, thank you again. And thanks to all of our guests. That's that. How are we for time? We're great.
We're great.
Fantastic.
Within the hour.
Woo! Well, it has been a pleasure to hear from all our wonderful guests this evening. And once again, it has just been so much fun to build this show for all of you. And we couldn't have done it without our wonderful and dedicated team. Everyone who has worked on the show. Thank you. Yeah, come on up. Thank you to Maija, our set designer, Sylvain, our stylist, Rients, Pablo, Bram, Flo, and Henry, our fantastic tech team, who I think are here. Is that there? And Rients on piano, Tiddo, our host, Fynn, who owns this beautiful jacket and I think is in this mirror doing the cue cards, and just everyone else who took part or took an interest in the show this week. Thank you. And next week we'll be back with something new. We have no idea what that is yet, because that's the nature of this show. But we hope to have you here watching, and have a beautiful weekend. We'll see you the same time, the same place next week. And shout out to James, whose birthday is on Saturday. Woo!